What's up everyone, Gids here for another Chronicles video, and today let's talk about this post from Summoners War Chronicles Facebook page. So this is going to be about Light Dark 5-star that's going to be given to us for free on March. So it's going to be on the global anniversary event. Okay, so yeah, let's see what's here. Okay, so there's actually a votation going on right now. It's linked here in this post right here, but I can also add the link down in the description and probably pin it in the comments as well. This is where you get to pick the top three monsters on the light category and top 3 monsters from the dark category. The final pool of LD5 selection that we will have is going to be 6 monsters. So 3 light, 3 dark, but right now we have 10 monsters to choose from. Basically, we're going to be eliminating 2 from each one, okay? So we're going to be eliminating 2 light and 2 dark monsters for this voting. So vote wisely. We're going to be talking about the monsters here in a second. So let's go. Okay, so this is the event page where you will be voting. So we get to select only one actually. We get to select only one. And if you actually want people to be griefed and you don't want to be giving them a very good monster to pick from, let's pick Desert Queen for the light, because I don't think I'll be picking Polar Queen and I don't want people to be picking Polar Queen. So we'll be picking a Desert Queen here, Lumao. And for the dark monster, I think Hell Lady over Magic Knight, but I think Hell Lady and Magic Knight will be chosen here anyway. So this is what I'm going to be submitting. So yeah, let me know in the comments below who you voted for as well. Let's go. So it's gonna be on March. So take note, so it's not gonna come in soon, anytime soon. I'm not sure if we're still playing by then, but we should be, maybe. I mean, it's a free Nat 5, right? Free LD5 actually, so... And the selection is also pretty good. But anyways, here are the 10 monsters and here's the list, right? Light monsters is Light Polar Queen, so I think if you're not sure what to pick, like Light Polar Queen is going to be the best pick here. PvE, PvP, she's like the best monster to pick from all of the selection. Light Monkey King, my personal favorite monster here from the Light Dark selection, but I already have him, so I'm definitely going to be skipping this guy. We have the Light Oracle for support, invincibility, immunity, and cleanse. Super strong monster in arena. Also have this is Light Desert Queen because the dark one is trash. Light Desert Queen for oblivion and silence. Okay, and strip as well. So another very strong monster. And the Pioneer for, I think, immunity and revive. So the light monster lineup here is looking pretty good. Okay, dark monster selection. We have the dark. Oh my god, there's a dark Magic Knight here. Wow. Dark Magic Knight, Dark Mermaid, Dark Pirate Captain, Dark Hell Lady, and Dark Pioneer. Ooh, okay. That's very interesting. Okay, so looking at this list, let's take a look at the monsters one by one. Okay, so taking a look at the light monsters first. So we have the Light Polar Queen over here. If you don't know what she does yet, I think it's just mostly on her skill 2 right here. Most of the power is coming from the skill 2. So it reduces summoner's HP by 10, which doesn't really matter that much. It's a 4 mana cost ability that decreases summoner's skill cooldown by 80%. Look at that, man. So strong. 80%. Increase ultimate gauge by 20% and decrease monster skill cooldown by 40%. So that's so much skill cooldown reduction. Skill 1 also decreases mana by 2, increases cooldown by 30%. This is against enemies that is hit. So this is for enemies. Okay, but usually you just spam skill 2 here with Eleanor. You're gonna be ulting so many times with this unit right here. So yeah, this is very crazy monster. If you don't have her or if you're not sure which monster to pick, like this is the safest pick out of everything in the list. Next up is the Light Monkey King. So this is Light Monkey King here. I have him. And personally, he is very strong, especially for Kina. A very strong monster. Reason why is because of this skill 2 right here. This is a huge AoE ability that strips 2 beneficial effects, roots enemies, and also hits them hard actually when they get rooted. So yeah, this is very strong. This is like where most of the damage is coming from, and if you combo it with other root monsters and you use skill 2, they're gonna be taking so much damage from this. Also, the passive here, damage taken when attacked by a rooted target is minus 100%. So it's basically half. Their damage is half. And then the damage dealt towards enemies that are rooted is increased to 50%. So yeah, you can just see how strong this skill 2 really is over here. So yeah, pretty good with Kina. Can be good with other summoners as well. With the Root, with Soleta, they can't really run away from you. With Cleave, I don't know. You can chase down one character, one unit, and kill them. But basically, the important thing here is the Strip and the Root that deals a lot of damage as well. So that's your Light Monkey. Next up is the Light Oracle over here. I don't have her, but she's also a pretty good monster. Usually you just spam very strong support monster, especially Soleta, Orbia, and Cleave. Very strong support monster. It cleanses 2 harmful effects, invincibility for 6 seconds, and immunity for 14 seconds. And if the target's HP is below 30%, you get continuous recovery. So this skill 2 right here is super strong, man. It is super strong and very annoying, especially if you don't have any strips on your team or enemy team does not have strips. This is so good. This is very strong. Yeah, and then her skill 1 also here, strips. So it hits 3 times and it strips 1 beneficial effect from the enemy. And if you get to strip a beneficial effect from the enemy, you get bleed as well. But the reason why you should be picking Laima is because of the invincibility and immunity and cleanse from the skill 2. So if you don't have a monster like that, or if you think this is going to fit your team, then this is going to be your pick. Next on the list is the Light Desert Queen, which is this one. And again, this one is just mostly the skill 2. Skill 2 right here is super strong. Very strong effect. Especially if you're using the Thunderstorm. If you're using the Thunderstorm accessory where you get 5 mana at the start of the fight and the enemy does not have immunity. Like, drop this down, the enemy, they're gonna be silenced, Oblivion, and you get to block their beneficial effects, rendering them useless for the first 20 seconds of the fight. Well, not really 20 seconds, well, 8 seconds for the silence. But you can follow up with skill 1 right here with another silence. Okay, so you can just silence or lock down an enemy with this one, and it's very strong. So yeah, if you're looking for these effects right here, again, Oblivion, beneficial effect, and silence, very strong. This is good for Soleta, Orbia, and Leaf. I'm not sure with Kina. I don't really see myself using this one, so it's a pass for me. So yeah. And then last monster on the list is Nigong right here. So another immunity and revive monster, right? Huge heal, 30% of max HP plus 14-second immunity. And then skill 2 right here revives one monster, okay, with 40% HP. So that revive is actually huge, and it has soul protection as well for the summoner. So if your summoner gets defeated, it's possible that it gets revived. Yeah, pretty strong skill 2 right here. So if you're looking for a revive monster with heals, with immunity, then this is the guy. A very strong monster for that category. Again, for me, I don't think this is for me. I might not be picking this one. So yeah. So that's all the light monsters. Let's move on to the dark ones. Okay, first monster for the dark monsters is Lynette here. Lynette is one of the more annoying monsters that I don't like facing, but is pretty good with Kina. Actually, almost with everyone. A very strong monster. Look at this. Look at this. It's almost just a better light monkey. So it removes all beneficial effects. This is AoE, by the way. It pulls enemies and deals damage based off enemies' max HP. Roots for 6.5 seconds. Okay, and if the root is applied, you get to use your skill 1. So skill 1 right here actually does death down as well. So yeah, you just get to combo with skill 2 into skill 1, and enemies are gonna start dying. But the biggest thing about this one is the pull. Or not the pull, but the remove beneficial effects. Because this says all. So if you're successful at stripping everything, you instantly get to pull them and you get to root them as well. So the setup on this is just huge, man. It's huge. It's a very strong setup ability. So if you don't have Lynette, then again, this is a very strong monster, very solid pick if you don't have her. And if you're looking to capitalize on the root abilities, which is, I'm thinking about actually picking this up with the Light Monkey King, and I think it's going to be a very strong combo. But I'm afraid that I might just be picking Lynette over the Light Monkey King almost all the time because of this. But of course, countered by Jamire. But this is a very strong ability right here on Lynette. So one of my choices, I still have to think about it though. Next monster on the list is Beta right here. So I already have her. A very strong monster actually. So very interesting here. I think the mermaids are the only monsters that actually scales off of their max HP as their basic attack. So yeah, basic attack on Beta, you don't want to be putting attack percent on this unit right here because she deals damage based off her max HP. So I'm not sure why they don't do this with more units, but I think it's gonna be super strong for other monsters if you do this for other units. But yeah. And then skill 1 here is a revive. Revive, heal, and immunity. So almost the same as Nigong. But the thing here is it only gives immunity for the revived monster. But also, it's a single target heal. So it's a single target heal, but it heals a lot. 65% of max HP, which is still huge. And then the big thing here is on skill 2. So this is so much things that reduces enemies' DPS. So immunity for 14 seconds, crit res up, which is very important, crit rate down for the enemy, and attack down for the enemy. So yeah, if you hit an enemy Soleta with this one, they're just not gonna deal a lot of damage, even against Orbias, right? So pretty good monster if you're looking for an immunity plus revive monster. A solid pick again here on Beta. And personally, yeah, it's very strong actually since I've been using her a lot as well, especially with Assassin. Next monster on the list is Frigate right here. So another one of my favorite monsters. Basically, you just get him for skill 2. You don't really care about anything else. So it decreases summoner skill cooldown by 20%, monster skill cooldown by 20%, skill acceleration for 20%, and level 2 skill deceleration for enemies for 20 seconds. Basically, just spam this one. He has a CC on skill 1 here, but I usually just forget about that skill and forget to take him off Soul Link just because of skill 2 here. Skill 2 is just very, very powerful, right? If you get to stack up the skill deceleration, your monsters are just gonna go ham. They're gonna be throwing their skills left and right and the enemy can just die. But if you're gonna pick this or Elenoa, I think you still pick Elenoa over this guy. Elenoa still provides so much more to the table than him, but he's still pretty good. Like with Elenoa, you get to spam ults. With this guy, you get to spam abilities, normal abilities. But yeah, in the long run, you're gonna get so much more value off of Elenoa because of the ult. A lot of ult abilities are very, very strong in the game. So yeah, I think you pick Elenoa over a Frigate. I don't really recommend picking Frigate over Elenoa. Next up is Dark Hell Lady over here. So Dark Hell Lady, another one of the monsters that I hate facing, but would be very, very good if I actually get to get her. So yeah, skill 1 here, damage drain. So very interesting. She has damage drain just on her basic ability. Skill 1 here steals 1 beneficial effect. This is a 2-hit. Is it 2-hit? Yeah, it is a 2-hit ability and steal 1 beneficial effect per hit. And also death down. And this one also scales off of her HP. So you can just build her with a lot of HP. Don't care about attack as much because, I mean, it's still HP scaling. So yeah, very strong ability here on the skill 1. And skill 2 right here is, I think this is also an AoE. So if you want to rune her with Despair, also actually works. This damage based on its max HP 3 times to the enemies within the area. So it's an AoE ability that hits 3 times, scales off HP, and also damage drain. With attack down doesn't really matter. Damage drain is pretty good to keep herself alive for a little bit longer. But I think the reason why she shines so much is the passive right here. So yeah, when she dies, she gets to revive. And when she gets to revive, she also gets to revive monsters that died before her. So you can revive 3 monsters with 30% HP. And also, you get to summon clones for 20 seconds. And yeah, if you got to revive a team member, you also get to summon an additional clone. So yeah, the best way to actually use her is to use assassins with her. Burst assassins, so that when your assassins die, assassins usually die first before her. Right? So when your assassins die and then she dies, she gets to revive everything and you get to do it all over again. So a very, very strong and very oppressive monster right here. So I'm actually pretty torn between this and Lynette. So it's either Krako or Lynette for me for my LD5 selection, or maybe just go with Elenoa just to not think about things. But I think team comp wise, Lynette or Kraka is the choice for me. So we'll see. Last monster on the list is the Dark Pioneer right here. So Dark Pioneer also a pretty good monster. if you actually have the build for it. So it's a very fun monster to actually play around with, right? So this guy is playing around a lot of beneficial effects on him. Okay, so he actually steals a lot of beneficial effects. So this ability here, skill 2. So it steals 2 beneficial effects. If you successfully stole beneficial effects, you get to steal mana as well. So pretty annoying here. Is actually pretty annoying. And then he has a passive right here. So if he has 4 plus beneficial effects, then he actually gets Endure. So pretty good. And if he gets to steal a beneficial effect, he gets 1 attack up and 1 continuous recovery. So you just need to steal 2 beneficial effects. Steal 2 beneficial effects and you already have 4 plus beneficial effects, and Endure is going to be applied, which is going to be your 5th beneficial effect. So yeah, this guy is very strong as well. So if you have the right build for it, this guy just might not die. No, this guy just might not die and can just sustain himself, spam skill 2 most of the time and not dies. A very strong pick as well if you're looking for a DPS monster that does not die easily. So yeah, let me know in the comments below what you will be picking, because for me, again, it's either going to be Lynette, the Dark Magic Knight, or Kraka, the Dark Hell Lady. So, or just go with Eleanor, right? Okay. So I have 3 choices, but I'm leaning more towards the 2 warrior monsters, which is Lynette and Kraka. So yeah, that's it for me. Thank you very much for watching. Like the video if it's good. Subscribe if you haven't yet, and see you again next time. GG's.